what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do makes a difference in me.
Hi everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, Stamp and Stampede, and today I'm casing a card from a German demonstrator, and I'm going to pronounce her name, and I'm sure I'm going to say it wrong. It's something like Wunat or something. Really apologize, and I'm going to try and see if I can actually add a link to this video as well so that you can see her creation. But I did find it on Pinterest, and I absolutely loved it, so I thought I have to give it a go because I'm absolutely in love with the suits and ties dies that are available in the current mini catalogue. So this is a pull-out card. What you will need is a piece of basic grey cardstock, and I've already cut the V out that comes in the die. So this is cut at 10.5 centimetres lengthways, and you're going to score and fold as you normally would, then cut out the V. You will need a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and for the Whisper white cardstock I've actually made it 9.5 centimetres, so it needs to fit inside the card. The length doesn't really matter at the moment because I will be altering the length. So just as a rough guide, it's about 15 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres at the moment. I've cut out a lapel. I have also cut out a pocket. I've cut out using the Designer Series paper, well suited. So this actually goes really great for this card. So then I've also cut out another tie as well, and I have also cut out a collar. So what we're going to do first, grabbing our Tombow glue, is going to attach the collar. But what you want to do with the collar is it's going to sit off this edge here, so that point goes to the top of the card here. So you're really only adding glue to this section and to this section, okay? So don't go too heavy-handed with it, so it just pops onto there. And I will then also slide up and glue down, pardon me, one of the ties. So I'm just gonna slide him in there, and that butts up against that edge as well. So just gonna leave that aside to dry for a sec. We will come along once this is actually dry, and we're going to trim this so that it actually slides into the card all the way, okay? Take your basic grey stamp pad, sorry, and basic grey sponge, and just go around just to give the lapel a bit of definition. I think her card actually has these curled over. It does look like it's got a little bit of height in it or something, so I'm not sure exactly if she's used dimensionals as well as curling it. And then just also add some of the ink around the pocket as well. What we do is, or what I'm going to do, is I'll just grab the snips and cut off the edge of the tie, and I can reuse that in another card if it will fit. Add a little bit of your multi-purpose glue here, and then that gets stuck onto there. Oops. Let's get that a bit straight. Alrighty, and don't worry too much because the glue will actually dry, but I just always have handy a little baby wipe anyway, just so that it's got, you can dab off anything that sort of spurts out there. Alright, so then what we're going to do is add the lapel, and I always put my glue on here first before I go onto here, and the reason I do is you never know if you're going to miss it, so I always do it top to bottom, if that makes sense. So just a light little dab of the multi-purpose, and then just lay that down onto there. And just manipulate that into there. That is the advantage to the Tombow. You have got that little bit of wiggle room. So just dab off any excess glue that you might get. And then what we're going to do is add the pocket. Then we've got room on this side for our words, so we can actually see that this will not, it will actually hang out of the card. So I want to actually make sure that it goes into the card. So I am just going to grab my trimmer, and I probably just eyeballing that so that the collar comes down into here. So what's that? Not even a, let's make it 1 centimeter. Alrighty, so we will take off a centimeter-ish. Alright, and then that, hopefully, if not, we can go back. Yep, just needs a little bit more for that to go flush with our base card. So just go a tad more. All right, and then that should fit into there. Nope, still need to go just a little bit smidgy more. I was being very careful because you can only take off so much, but if you take off too much, it will drop down too far. But anyway, we've got it pretty close to that. So this is now actually the piece, and you probably actually could make this a little bit narrower. We might have to rejig this a little bit because I'm not overly keen on that part there. I suppose you could actually add some Whisper White to the top of that before we seal the card. So I'll just grab a scrap piece of Whisper White because it will actually be sealed. So I've just got a little bit of Whisper White there, and then that goes, yeah, I think I actually quite like that. So this piece of scrap that I just have sitting around, that is 2 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. So we might just glue that down into here. And then that will actually take care of that grey sticking out the top, which I'm not overly keen on. So just tap that down so we've got that right. Okay, then what we're going to do is grab our foam strip adhesive. And we're going to, don't have to actually seal all of the card, but at least do as close to the top. I might just swap that around so my hands aren't in the way. So going as close as I can to the edge of the cardstock. That's fine. And then I'll grab another piece. Roughly, and then that will go just on the edge as well. And then if all is good, that should still well and truly fit, so I'm happy with that. Peel this off, and the reason I like using the foam strip for a pull-out card, it just gives it a little bit extra space, so that you've got that little bit extra room for pulling and manipulating around. All right, and then we're just going to actually close that down. And then this slides in, and there we have our card. So thank you very much, Walnut. I think that's how you say your name. So sorry. But really, really happy with the card, and yeah, awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.
So just do what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of.